Okay,
Action.
So the gnocchi didn't fall apart, which is a good sign. And so this is all good. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to get Kristen to finish rolling it out and cutting it into shapes that look better than this.
Sorry, they were sticking.
That's okay. So, and I found the gnocchi board. So what you can do is, now, I mean, this is just sort of a little decorative touch, is you put it on there. I think this is how you do it. I'm not totally sure. This is, imagine how it would be done. And you just sort of roll it, and then, well,
Oh,
and then it looks like
looks
that.
like when you buy it at the grocery store.
So it looks like that.
Cute.
I don't know. You can do it if you want to, but I mean, it's not important.
I mean, it's like a lot of work.
It is extra work that we really don't need to do. We could spend that time drinking.
Alright.
And I mean, I don't care. It's just pieces of potato that we're going to
You know what? It's all going
fry
to the same place.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna fry and
Alright.
eat it. So I mean, it doesn't really
So
matter.
does it matter how much flour I use here, or?
No, just so it doesn't stick.
Okay.
So I'm
after-
gonna start. While Kristen does that, I'm gonna start the sauce. We're doing a creamy, garlicky wine sauce. So now let's get started. So we're gonna start with doing. Now you should do this at a low temperature and everything. But I am a semi-professional, so I'm gonna just sort of just get her done. So I'm gonna start with putting some butter in. About a tablespoon of butter. I'm gonna let that melt up. Da-da-da. That's
Is that too
perfect.
floury?
No,
Okay, good.
that's fine.
I was nervous.
But I mean, don't coat it in flour or anything.
I was trying not to, but it's really
You're
hard.
nervous.
Because you're kind of mean. Well, yeah.
Say that. I'm not mean. I am nice. Well, anyway,
mean. But I love him anyways.
no, I am not mean.
Okay, you're not mean,
But I'm not really. I'm bossy a little bit, but I'm not. I can hear you whispering.
slightly. Do you know when Jaycee got married? I was his maid of honor. And I tried to do my speech for his wedding, and the whole entire time, I think I maybe got 10 words in edgewise because Jaycee kept grabbing the microphone out of my hand.
That's not being mean. That's just because she was telling stories about us, and she was
Apparently
telling
I
the
can't
stories
tell them.
wrong. No, she was telling it. Okay, I might be a little bit bossy. I will admit that. But anyway, so here we go. The butter's melting. Oh, I forgot to tell you what the story of the box of wine is. Why Kristen and I like a nice box of wine, because while we're one day less than 4 months apart, like we've been best friends our whole life.
we are 5 months less 1 day apart, and we've been best friends ever since he was born.
The day I was born, because I was born
5 months less 1 day.
Yeah, okay. So
I think you should maybe pour some more
I know.
wine in your glass.
Maybe then I can get my math straight. Anyway, when I first moved to BC from Winnipeg, because Kristen grew up, we both grew up in Winnipeg, and then she moved here first, and then I moved here, and then we lived together, and we would have like no money. I worked at like the Gap, and Kristen worked at
Cooper.
I'm more interesting than the Gnocchi right now.
I work for a printing company.
Well, we probably
And-
shouldn't say names.
No, I know.
Okay.
And
also at a store
then anyway.
that's a drugstore that's not Shoppers. It's really not. It's the other one. Anyway, so we would have like zero money, but we would pool our money together to buy a box of wine because we didn't need to eat. Drinking
We were early 20s.
nourishes us more. Well, no, we're mid-20s, we're late 20s.
No, we weren't.
It was last week. No.
We were early 20s.
I moved here when I was 25.
Seriously?
Yeah,
Are we that old?
Yeah, we are,
Oh,
actually. So anyway, that's the story of a box of wine. We used to, because we like
And
to
we
drink.
used to eat Ghetto Gourmet. And one day.
No, don't spoil it, because we're going to
I'm
do
not
another
going to,
show.
but I think we should do Ghetto Gourmet one day because that was.
Yeah, we're going to. Anyway, okay, the sauce is ready. Let's go. So, butter's melted. I'm going to put into that about
Look at these.
tablespoon of shallots, minced shallots that Kristen minced. I think she chewed them apart.
I am not.
You don't need to be a chef to know how to mince something. So you're just gonna sort of sweat those out a bit. You do want to keep the heat rather low for this so you don't burn anything. And maybe a little bit of garlic, like a teaspoon-ish or so. Okay. We're going to sweat those out a little bit.
So let's just clarify something here. Jaycee is now a chef and has gone.
No, I'm not a chef yet. I'm training to be a chef.
He has
I'm not
gone
a
to
chef
school.
yet.
He's working on his red seal, and I clearly am not.
No,
I like to cook.
Yeah, Kristen likes to cook.
Love
and
to
I
cook.
think that she should become a chef because she will literally make a meal. She'd be like, what do I have on hand? I have a lemon, a tomato, the sole of an old shoe, and half a glass or half a cup of sour milk. And then she'll like make this like amazing meal out of it. So I think that she should become a chef because, and clearly she likes to eat. So,
Should I turn around? It's okay. It's gonna go away.
No, I'm just saying, I think that Kristen should be a chef because you're amazing at cooking. Like you're just amazing with coming up with things. Okay, so we sweated this out a bit. Now to this, whenever you're making something that has a roux, you want to use equal parts flour to fat or butter by weight. But another good ratio to use, it's not a ratio that I'm using right now, but 2 tablespoons of butter to 3 tablespoons of flour. That equals out to be about the same weight. But right now I'm just using a little bit. I'm only using about a tablespoon or so of each. So I'm just going to add a little flour to this just to thicken it up. Now, then you want to stir it just to make a roux. Now, when I was in school, my instructors always told me, be sure to use a wooden spoon when you're making a roux. I don't know why you have to use a wooden spoon, but I just do it because that's what I was told to do. So you just want to sort of cook that out a little bit so that you don't have that flour taste in it. There you go. So now it's cooking it. So there you go. So like a minute or 2 should do that. Should do it, I mean.
Okay, so I put these back on the table here.
Yeah.
Just so they don't stick together.
No, that's perfect.
Just so you know, mine are the pillow-like gnocchi. Jaycee's are the little tiny balls.
Those were my samples, and they looked better than that before you did something to them. You're trying to upstage me and make me look bad on my own show, in my own house. Kristen. I'm just kidding.
I never heard that. Can I wash my hands?
But no, those actually look gorgeous. Now,
I know. See, look at those. They were like perfect.
do you want to try rolling some on the thing?
It's kind of a lot of work.
Yeah, that is a lot of work.
So what do I do, like this?
Yeah, and then just sort of like chop it up. I mean, that's how I think you do it. I'm not sure. So then what we want to do is we have to cook them. We have to like
That's boring.
put them in boiling water for 3 to 4 minutes. Yeah, okay, let's not do that. That's just so
They
much
look
work.
like little pierogies if you don't do that.
Yeah. Okay, so that's been cooking for a few minutes. Now to that we want to add about, I'm going to add about half a cup of wine. Uh-oh. I'm just gonna.
Eyeball it.
Yeah, we're just gonna
Are you
eyeball it.
gonna do it right out of your glass that you've been drinking from?
That I've been drinking. Well, we're eating hair as well. I mean, at this point, and I didn't wash my hands. Doesn't really matter. There we go. So about half a cup. So we're just going to like make a roux out of that, and then we're gonna just reduce this down a little bit. So I'm gonna turn up the heat. Now, like I said, this is something that you would want to simmer normally, but being a semi-professional, I'm just gonna give her. We're gonna go for it. So if you want to gather up all those gnocchis, we're gonna plunge them into the boiling water.
How many can I put in at a time? Does it matter?
No, wait till it's boiling.
Oh. Well, you told me to gather them up.
Gather them up, and then we're gonna plunge it in boiling water. That's
But you want to put all of these in at once?
No, we're gonna do like half and half.
See? I'm just saying. I know what I'm doing.
Here we go. So, and you want to for this part you want to use a whisk because you want to make sure there's no flour clumps and all that. There we go. So we're just gonna do it. We're gonna just cook this for a few minutes as well. Again, if you were doing this in real normal time, you might take a little bit longer, but alright. Now we were gonna add roasted garlic to it, but we forgot. We forgot to roast the garlic.
That's okay.
Yeah, we know.
We were doing more important things this morning, like our hair and makeup.
And drinking. And drinking mimosas.
Yeah.
That's, yeah.
Because we were brainstorming.
Were we really?
No.
No, we weren't actually brainstorming. We were talking about what we were going to drink. Well, I guess that is brainstorming about the show, kind of, because we were talking about...
No.
Oh, and we were talking about let's not get too drunk or anything.
Okay,
Our cameraman just walked away from the camera.
You realize what people are going to think about us, though.
Well, and what they're thinking about us is exactly right.
We are professional people by day.
Semi-professional.
No, but by day.
Oh.
But, you know, clearly, we like to have a good time.
Talented amateur chefs by night.
Who like to drink wine, and you know what? There's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
No, there isn't actually.
Nope.
Okay, now, so I've been cooking this for a few minutes.
I'm boiling, I think.
Yeah.
Is that boiled?
Yeah. Now, okay, so this is good. Cooking that for a few minutes. I'm sure it doesn't taste like flour anymore. Now I'm just gonna add some cream to it, just some heavy cream. Now you wouldn't even need to like really add the flour. If you wanted, you could just add more cream and reduce it down more. But we like our carbs, so we added flour to it.
Oh yeah.
So here we go. Just add some cream, and like I said,
a booty like mine without carbs. Big outrageous.
So there we go. So now we're just